Prof, I was looking at the videos and pictures you've sent to the forum, and I think I heard the people talk, and they talk as if it is witchcraft. They talk as if God is punishing them, but I don't think that is true. I think this is just a geographical phenomenon. If you look at those pictures you've sent. Look at the pictures again. Look at the damages that are done. It looks like the effects of cataract, cataracts that are producing flash floods. Um, this is a situation that occurs when water comes from up the hill from the mountain, right? So because the mountains is usually very cool, so this water, instead of evaporating, it becomes it forms into water that goes downhill. Then it ends up into a stream, that ends up into a river, that ends up into a sea, that ends up into an ocean. So if you look at it well, look at those buildings, because I've gone through those pictures keenly. I'm looking at to see, you realize that the water has been bottled up for so long. Probably it's a cause of bad town planning. The town has not been well planned, so they have constructed houses haphazardly. There is no way for the water to go downhill. So somewhere the water now has burst its own pipe, has burst its own roots, I should say. Now these roots that the water has burst open, it has now created some sort of a flash flood. And so all the water that has been bottled up will be coming down now with so much force and everything. It will come down all entirely until the whole of that mountain area where the water was being stocked, piled, and everything will finally be released. So probably what they have to do is not to be shouting Jesus, Jesus, which is nonsense, because Jesus is not the cause of their poor planning and their problems. Their problems as a result of poor planning. So they should go ahead and replan the city. They should go ahead and replan the town. All the money they are embezzling, all the money they are misusing. Look, the disorder that these people are causing. Look at the pictures. I'm looking at these things. I'm like, wow, how can you build like this? Just look at how the houses are tied up with each other. There's even no route for water to pass from one place to another. They are even so lucky that the water was not too strong to be carrying those houses downstairs. The water we should have been carrying those places. Man, it's crazy. I've been looking at these pictures. I'm saying, wow, how can they even survive like this? You know. So this is not the cause of. This is not a natural phenomenon. This is man-made. I know floods are natural phenomena, but this flash flood, is as a result of poor town planning. So they have to go back again, replan the town, break water routes so that water can come down from the mountain, come down from the those bottled up areas and everything. If you look at it, just go to maybe the fourth video. You will see it is a recipe for a cataract. So I just feel like it's not a time for people to be shouting and making everything to Africans is witchcraft. Everything is the punishment of God. No, there is some sort of what we call in theology a personal responsibility. So in this case, their malaise and their problems are as a result of personal responsibility. By the way, just a mere fact that they allow Moja Moja to be killing people anyhow with the pretext of eliminating Amber is good enough for God to punish that whole town, for God to burn that town down, to even swallow it with water, you know. So, but in this case, it is not God who is punishing the town. In this case, it is the poor planning that is punishing the town. Just see the number of people standing. Just hear the number of people screaming. But then look at the number of people helping. See, I talk about personal responsibility. Africans lack a sense of personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. We lack that. I mean, everything we want God to do for us. Papa God, where Papa God, Papa God, God will come and chew food and pour it into our mouths. Even to relieve somebody buried in a pile of mud like this, we have two hands, two legs, but we prefer to stand there and scream and shout rather than bend down and remove the person. Then we say, God, thank you. God, help him not to die. God, if the person is dead, well, okay, uh, damages will happen, things will happen. Okay, but what is this thing of standing there and screaming rather than helping, rather than doing something?